Do you want to be the strongest swordsman in Blox Fruits? Well, at least in the first C, because today I'm going to tell you the top 5 best swords to use in the first C. Let's waste no time and hop into the video. Also, special mention to the Dark Blade. It would have been ranked first in this list, but unfortunately, I don't own a Dark Blade as you can see here. Alright, so on number 5, we have got the Pole V1. You can obtain this sword by killing the Thunder God boss at Upper Skylands with a 5% drop chance. The Z move of this sword launches an electric cloud that stuns the opponents, while the X move calls lightning strikes. Overall, the Pole V1 isn't that good of an option, but it is still a decent sword that is available in the first C. You can use this sword for grinding, and it is good in providing stuns in PvP. Alright, moving on to the next sword. Next up on the list is the Dual-Headed Blade. You can obtain this sword by buying it from the Master Sword Dealer located at the Skylands for 400,000 belly. The appearance of this sword is really cool. The Z move has a pretty decent range and is good for mobility, while the X move has a good range and both the moves deal decent damage. Overall, this sword is relatively okay for farming, but it's not a good sword for PvPing as its moves does not stun the opponents. Also, the price of this sword is really high for a first C sword. On the number 3, we have got the Bacento. It is a legendary sword that you can buy in Skylands for 1 million belly once you reach level 250. Despite being a first C sword, it has quick and extremely high damaging Z and X moves. Bacento has a really nice AoE, so it's great when you are grinding NPCs in the first C. You can unlock Bacento V2 by defeating Greybeard at Marine Fortress, making this sword even stronger. The only cons of it is that it is very costly to buy as a first C sword, and it has slow M1s. Overall, the Bacento is really good for grinding mobs and PvPing due to its solid combo potential, making it one of the best swords in the first C. At number 2, we've got the Soul Cane. You can buy this sword from the Living Skeleton NPC at Magma Village for 750,000 belly. Follow me to find the NPC who sells the Soul Cane. As you can see, it costs 750,000 belly. This sword is actually really good. It acts like a mini ice fruit as its Z move stuns the opponent by freezing them while also breaking instinct hockey. Additionally, the X move launches soul slashes that stuns the opponents for around 2 seconds. Both the moves deal great damage and has no knockback, while the M1s are also really fast and has good damage. It is great for grinding and has high combo potential. The only cons of this sword are that it is too expensive for a first C player to afford, and the range of the moves are short, so you need good aim and timing in order to hit the move. Overall, this sword is a really good sword, considering it is obtainable in the first C. You can definitely grind with this sword and also create combos with it. Alright, so, finally, the best sword in Blox Fruits is the Saber Sword. You can obtain this sword by defeating the Saber Expert boss after you finish the Saber puzzle, for which you need to be at least level 200. The part that this sword shines in is its great damage, doing more damage than any sword when upgrading it to the V2 version. It is also great for grinding, PvP, and especially C event hunting in the second C due to its high damage. The moves also have good range and AoE. The cons of this sword is that this sword only gets good after upgrading it to the V2, and the moves have end lag, due to which it gets laggy for low-end devices. Overall, this sword is perfect. It's great for PvP, grinding, and C events. It also does excellent damage, and the moves have good AoE. It deserves to be number 1 on the list. So yeah, that's my list of the top 5 swords in the first C. Every sword here has its own vibe, its own strengths, and honestly, it all comes down to how you play the game. Whether you're grinding levels, fighting bosses, or just enjoying the journey through the first C, picking the right sword can make a huge difference. This ranking is based on usefulness, accessibility, and overall performance, but that doesn't mean everyone will agree. Now, I really want to hear from you guys, so comment what do you all think is the best sword in the first C. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!